Lifestyle, rock.
Destruction.
Random.
In one word, if I were to describe paintball, I'd have to say sex.
In one word, paintball?
Life.
Everything. Yeah. Paintball is everything.
A lot of people view paintball as a bunch of guys dressed up in camo and they're going around and playing war games in the woods. People still do that, don't get me wrong. It just, the thing is that now it's a full-time legitimate sport with the amount of paintball that's being played. Paintball is the fastest growing sport in North America. Like last year, like 12 million people played paintball in North America. So when it's a lot of young kids are playing speedball and that's what they like. So it's growing and hopefully it never stops.
Cosmopolitan.
Your money going down the drain.
My name is Brian Campbell, 22 years old, born and raised right here in Fredericton. Fredericton Aggression, we started it 4 years ago. There's 3 founding members and both guys are still on the team. Clancy's still around and JD's in Afghanistan. So we started playing 3-man and then we just kind of evolved into this. X-ball, best format on the planet. It's the most legitimate style of paintball. It's 2 20-minute halves. You're trying to play as many games you can in each 20-minute half. You're trying to score points on your opponent. And it's, like I said, it's the best form of paintball out right now, so that's why we're playing it. Over the last 20 years, there's been a lot of changes. The first way paintball started out was guys that were tagging trees in a forest so they know which trees to cut down. And they decided to start shooting each other with them, and that's where it started. So it went from guys dressing up in camouflage and playing in the woods, and then, you know, your typical war games, what most people think paintball is. Then it evolved in the tournament scene. You get guys that are starting to, you know, get more competitive guns, and then guys are getting playing gear like what we have on. And it's just been evolved. It went to 3-man format, then it went to 5-man format, then it went to 10-man format. They scrapped 10-man, went down to 7-man. And then X-Ball is a new thing. It came out about 4 years ago, and like I said, it's more television friendly, and it's more of a legitimate sport, more of a legitimate style and format. First thing I'm going to pull out is our paintball marker itself. This is the 07 Ego from Planet Eclipse. Best marker on the planet. We've been shooting these same ones for the last couple of years. This is a brand new 07 model. Next part we're going to bring out is our air tank. Our air tank is what propels our gun. And this is going to go right in the back here. It screws right into the end of it. It's in there. We're all set up, ready to go. The next part is our barrel system. Our barrel shaft right here. This is a Dye ultralight barrel system. Every one of us shoots this. Best barrel on the market, all aluminum, super lightweight, very accurate. Screws right into the front. In, make sure it's on nice and tight. Never want your barrel to come loose on you in the middle of the game. Next thing is our loader, Empire reloader. So fits right on the top, just plugs right in. Feed 35 balls a second. Guns will shoot not that fast, so they'll keep up with everything. The cleaver on the other side of it just snaps right in. So just closing the lever. Our loader doesn't go anywhere on us. Last piece, probably our most important piece, is our barrel sleeve. Safety device, barrel blocking device. Every one of us needs it. Everyone that uses it slides right over the end of the barrel, hooks around anywhere down on your gun. Most important piece, your paintball equipment, that and your mask. Safety's always first, everything we're doing.
There was a bunch of us that were playing at Capital City Paintball in the Vanier Industrial Park. Speedball was becoming the new thing that everybody was playing. And a bunch of us got together and decided, let's start a team. We started a team. It sort of took a long time, but it's been about 4 years, so now we're actually quite high in the amateur ranks. It's what we call tournament play. The tournament play that we play on airball bunkers is a variation of speedball. X-ball is a form of speedball. Speedball is usually made, when you play 3-man or 5-man, usually you play with points. So many points for eliminating a player, so many points for having a player left, so many points for grabbing a flag, so many points for hanging the flag. X-ball is a different style of format. It's a much more aggressive form. Rather than winning or dying based on points, you actually live or die based on how hard you play. So you've got 2 20-minute halves with a 10-minute break in between. You try to play as many games as you can in those 2 20-minute halves. Whoever has won the most games and has captured the flag the most times in that time is the winner. Well, the perception of paintball is a bunch of hooligans playing in the woods, pretending they're in the military. Some people can go to Walmart for as little as $10, buy a case of paint. For as little as $200 buy a gun, shoot up a neighbor's house, and then eventually the sport is tagged as a bunch of people who don't know how to act in public. If you were to watch at a tournament and you watch the tournament play, we are actually the most safety conscious and most energetic kind of people, as well as the most friendly kind of people you would meet.
When you say you play paintball, you get a real big response from the public that's, oh, they're military, they're a bunch of warmongers, you just want to, shoot each other and kind of dress up in camo and stuff. But that's not really me, that's not who I am. But I mean, paintball is a great time as a sport. Like, you're physically active, you're not, I guess the big thing for me is you're not waiting for somebody to pass you the ball, you're not waiting on somebody else to let you do your job, Like, it still emphasizes on teamwork a lot, but if something happens, someone's having a bad day, you can compensate for that.
I got my tush kicked. I got my beep kicked.
General male bonding includes insults, food, wrestling, pain of some sort other than wrestling, generic, yeah, I guess insults is usually the biggest term there.
You get shot?
Yeah, we're just like a big family, basically, just a bunch of brothers, basically.
On guard,
Just
sir.
sibling rivalry all the time. Just stuff like that. We just get at each other's necks all the time, but I mean, it's part of it. We all know, basically, we're not out there to get each other's neck. We're not fighting for a job or anything like that. We're out there to have fun, basically. I mean, we're out there to win, obviously. So we're gonna be intense and hate each other at the same time as love each other. So that's pretty much male bonding.
See, if we're not making fun of each other every time we come to the field, mostly about mom, probably has to do with because somebody's mom died, and then it just isn't the same.
Let's see, where do we start? Basically, it's kind of like any other sport. You guys are out and you're getting excited and you start winning games and stuff, and the guys become your brothers. Like, we've been building this thing for the last 4 years, and it's just we find new players every year, and they're just like the rest of us. It's like anything else. You guys go out and you win. You want to hang out with the guys. Whatever, you go out and have some food after you play, or you go have a barbecue, something like that. Whatever, things along that lines. It's when you start winning, you want to hang out with the guys that you're winning with, and you're trying to keep those guys around.
Like
so you keep on winning.
something in your mouth.
Okay. In case it hasn't been said there, it's back. Done.
You're not even on the team. You're just a coach.
Well, right now on the team we've got Brian Campbell. Brian Campbell is the franchise owner as well as the captain of the team. He's the guy that got Fredericton Aggression together. He also manages Capital City Paintball. We've got myself, David Dennis. I'm the media consultant and public relations, as well as I play back. We've got Clancy. Clancy plays with the 3-man teams. He often does a lot of work getting the 3-man teams ready to play a higher level of paintball. What? It was actually him. There's Adrian. Adrian is one of our new players. one of the new guys coming up, one of the rookies. So we're doing a lot to train him so he's able to play X-ball in the future.
That's how you play.
We've got Sandy. Sandy showed up one day. I don't know where he came from. We haven't told him to go away yet. There's Mark Thomas. We call Mark random. Often you'll hear us ask, where the hell is Mark? And he's somewhere on the field and we can't find him. He plays snake. He's a great player. He's very fast, very smart player, although sometimes he is quite random and it's hard to keep tracks of him. Harvey, he's our coach. He's a good friend. We wanted him to play this year, although he couldn't commit to playing this year. So what we did is we hired him on as a coach. He came on and he's got a lot of great drills. He was trained by Roddy McDonald from PEI. Roddy McDonald actually won a World Cup with Philadelphia All-Americans from the United States in the National Pro Paintball League. Sean Morris used to play for Fuel, which is another bigger team in Atlantic Canada. Since then they've disbanded and he's playing now with us. He's a great player, a fast player, aggressive player, and he's got field awareness like few players I've seen before.
That is for GD because he is gone. Now he's in Afghanistan.
Jeff is a great player. He came to us last year and he helped us out a lot in 5-man, and he's helped us even more in X-ball. Jeff's from Quebec. We call him the French guy because he often has a hard time speaking English, which I think adds character. Okay, Brett is one of our players. He had a little bit of a knee injury at the beginning of the season. He's getting a little bit better. Brett shoots an Ego 6 just pretty much like everybody else. He's a great player. He's got great field awareness and he's got great speed. So he's on the more senior open 3-man squad, and eventually he'll be playing X-ball with us. Well, our other X-ball line is made up of 6 strict union players. We were unable to make our own roster of 12 players. So what we did is we actually got together with another team in Atlantic Canada, Strict Union, to fill in the other 6-player spots. Those guys are Matzo. Matzo plays a great aggressive front playing game. We've got Cody. Cody plays in the snake often, and that guy's got some good gun skills. We've got Josh. Josh plays for Barrie Chop Shop in the CXBL. You've got Dave Swansburg. Dave Swansburg is a great backman, probably one of the greatest guys I've ever met. He's just so friendly and so helpful. But when he's on the field, he's aggressive and he plays. We've also got Nick. Nick plays a great front game as well.
Having the mix of players that they have with the mix of players we have really makes us it's good cohesion, and we have great versatility. I'll tell you, I'd rather play with those guys than against them any day. Brian, let's see, he's our, if we were describing our team as a family, that's the concept I'll go with. Brian would be he'd be our grandfather. His nickname's Cash Money, and he's our bankroll. And he looks after us in more ways, like we don't pay for stuff up front. Brian covers us, and he knows we're good for it later, and he takes care of us in that respect. He looks after us on the field. He makes sure we're organized. He's our soccer mom driver. He gets us to events, keeps us organized at events.
Start playing paintball with a guy, and it's just like, why is he so good? He kind of catches you off guard, and like he's fast.
He's had the team going for a good few solid years. He knows what he's doing. Anytime we need a game, he's our eyes for the rest of the players on the field, and usually helps us out pretty well.
All day, baby. All day. All day we shoot face.
Brian? I actually look up to Brian in many ways. That guy's he's 2-3 years older than me, and he has like the greatest head on his shoulders of any guy I know of his age. He is a smart guy, and he's a fantastic paintball player, and I have tremendous amounts of respect for him. He's one of the greatest people I've ever met.
Everybody, I guess, their own character. Dave's kind of the quirky kind of guy, so he fires his comments in every once in a while.
I'll tell you why jousting really sucks. There's major reasons, but the biggest one, right here. This is jousting from today. This is jousting from Sunday, right there. And I'm not really that fat.
Dave is our mom. It's definitely his role in the team. Dave tends to take care of us all and, yell at us when we're doing stupid stuff. and make sure we're all in line all the time.
Dave's funny. He's kind of like the team mother.
Dave would be our mom.
Dave. He's good guys. I like talk with him. Always gives me the chance to say what I have to say.
He's our main spokesperson for anything that happens. If anything's going to affect the team in any kind of way, he usually deals with that. Pretty good guy. Usually when Brian's not leading the things, Dave steps right in there. He's got good leadership and just takes over and makes a very good job of it.
I'll tell you what, when everything runs smooth, that's how you win the games.
There was one time actually, I was playing a back stand-up and we were playing against Strict Union just as a practice. And there was one guy who was right up at the center of the field, and I was putting paint on him so that to keep him in the bunker so someone from the other side could take him out. And I noticed I started to run out of balls. Flipped open the hopper, whip out a pod, and then Dave starts yelling, "Adrian, shoot him! Shoot him! Shoot him!" And I was like, "I'm loading, I can't shoot him yet." And he keeps yelling, "Shoot him, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him!" So I start shooting him while he's still screaming at me, and I start running out of air. The guy actually comes out of the bunker, and he's out in the open, and he doesn't even know I'm shooting at him because my air is so low, my balls are dropping 10 feet before him. All the while, Dave's screaming at me, "Why aren't you shooting him? Shoot him! Why aren't you shooting him?" So I got out, and he was screaming and yelling and throwing things at me, and I was just laughing. He can be a little eccentric sometimes, but he's good to have on the side. He always offers good advice, and he's really nice and funny when he's not being a
John Morris, tall, fast. The only person I pretty much know that could probably take about a good 5 steps and be up in the center of the field already right off the break. He loves his chicken, so every time we're out there, he's usually the one polishing off all the wings.
Sean Morris? I haven't seen a taller guy in my life, and I've seen some pretty tall fellers, but that guy is tall and surprisingly agile. Like, it's really a wonder of how he can move so fast on the field and still just not be shot. He's just a really good player.
I was the fastest guy in the team before he was there, and he kicked my ass now. Nothing to say about him.
He's a pretty cool guy. He's really tall, so you can see everything on the field. Great back player because you can yell everything out. Good runner. You can run down the field and you won't even hear him. Got shot by him a lot. Definitely shoots a lot of paint.
He's so tall. He's like, it's so strange. It's like you're trying to, you'd think you'd be able to hit somebody who was bigger, but he just like fits behind everything. It's really bizarre when you're playing against him.
And he's an amazing baller too. He's a little bit more aggressive than a lot of the guys on the team, which is nice because we need a little bit more intensity on the field. A lot of the guys are pretty they're passionate, but then they're intense, but they're not, they still care about getting shot a little bit more than Sean does. I don't know what it is, but that guy just does not care about getting hit. He'll run into 5 guns and he'll keep shooting until he's at the other side. He'll be covered head to toe in pink and you just walk off the field as if nothing happened.
It appears somebody was shooting hot, and I seem to be mimicking a cow right now, so yeah, it hurts really bad. Really bad.
Random. Mark, that guy is random. That guy's brain must be on shuffle. I really don't understand what's going on with him. 1 minute, that guy will be running down the field bunkering people. The next minute, he's probably eating a banana in the background. I really have no clue what happened with that guy.
He's a really good paintball player. He's a very good paintball player. But off the field, he's really funny because he says the absolute most random crap that doesn't make any sense or have anything to do with the jokes that we're trying to make, which in turn actually adds to the joke and its hilarity because he just doesn't make any sense.
That guy is a random character. I don't know where he comes up with some of the stuff he says, but out of the blue, I don't even know. You'll ask him for the time, and he'll start talking about what he ate for breakfast. I don't know. Be like, hey man, what time is it? And he'd be like, bacon and eggs. Yeah. What? It's just random, but hilarious. I don't know where he comes from, but a great guy.
Sandy, good old chicken wing. If one thing, that guy's consistent. He shows up to every practice and wants to learn.
Sandy, that guy is fresh out of the box this year. These guys, I don't know, I would never have been able to play like this my first or second year. Like there's no way. It was like, this is his first year playing anything remotely close to tournament style, and impresses me like every day, basically, the amount he improves. But I actually got him to run down the field while three of us just shot at him. He had no gun, wasn't shooting back. I just told him, you gotta run from here to here and we're gonna shoot at you. And I think that actually loosened him up quite a bit, and he's not afraid to get hit anymore. Because I notice he is playing, he's not shaking as much, he's not closing his eyes when he shoots, and stuff like that. So, which, like, he's definitely the most improved player since I've seen him play.
Actually, that's where I got my nickname. When I'm shooting, my elbow tends to pop up, and I got the nickname Chicken Wing from that.
Chicken Wing? I don't know what to say about him except he's Chicken Wing. If he can have no elbow, he will be a lot better player.
Jeff, French guy. I can't understand a word he's saying, to be honest with you. I just pretend that I know what he's saying, and I shake my head and say yes or no. He has huge knees. We don't know what size knee he has, but a triple extra large knee pad will not fit that guy.
Yeah, he's an excellent player. He shot me right in the forehead once, and it felt like I got smashed in the face with a brick. And that was why I started wearing a beak.
They need somebody to make an example of.
Pretty much.
Not to set an example, but to...
No, Adrian's been really stepping it up the last few days out. He's actually a rookie player, but I want to see him play with some of the X-ball guys here soon, so.
Adrian, that guy came out of nowhere. He doesn't play for the X-ball team now, but X-ball is where I'm pushing him for. Like, I want him X-ball, hopefully by the last event, depending on how consistent he is. Because, yeah, out of nowhere. I know he's obviously got potential, and he's definitely got the passion for it. It's just a matter of getting him to not get down on himself when he's feeling like a bad day or anything like that, and keeping consistent.
Anytime I've ever seen Brett play, he's awesome. He's gunfighting. He's making eliminations. He's killing people. And in terms of a player, he's going to be in 2-3 years. He keeps playing that. He'll be playing X-ball. He'll be moving on from there. He's a really good player.
Brett's basically my lackey, is what Brett is. He's there 3 or 4 times a week at the shop. He's starting to work part-time for us. Brett's getting really good. There's just no other way to put it. So he'll be playing X-ball with us probably next year. And he's playing with Clancy right now, playing 3-man with him. And that guy's probably one of our next up and best coming players to come out of Capital City Paintball.
Brett's my homeboy. Brian likes to think that Brett is his protege, but Brett really is my homeboy. That guy will not play unless he's playing with me, and he is about one of my best friends on the field. I know I can rely on him, and I know that once he hears that G2 count, he'll be up the field so fast that I won't even know what to do.
If I can make Harv yell at me, that means that I'm not doing something correct. I'll try to correct it, and he'll still yell at me. But I'm using his feedback as a way to get better. So he's not out there harping on anybody because he can. He's doing it because he's trying to help us get better. And that's what we need in a coach. And having a coach that's not a player is far better because he has a role that nobody envies. Nobody envies a coach role, but everybody's looking up to him and everybody's listening to him. Although we might give him a hard time, we know that he's out there to drive us, and that's what he's accomplishing. So.
And last but not least, Clancy. He's the captain of the 3-man squad. And that guy is probably our comedic relief for everything. So as you can tell with his goofy ass sunglasses on. So it's what he does and keeps us all in good spirits and stuff. Helps us out in the pits on our X-ball days. So he's kind of our pit boss. So it works out really well.
Clancy, I kind of found him another side of the comic relief. When you least expect it, there's also some kind of out left field comments coming out of him. He doesn't take things serious when we're not like right in the game. He's always making everybody laugh.
You guys know I'm made of sugar, eh? I melt in the rain.
No, really, I really am sure.
No, like literally.
He's always got these kind of Elvis type glasses that he always wears. When you look at him, you can't help but say, oh geez, goofball and laugh, right?
I like Clancy a lot because he's hilarious and I can crack the most jokes off of him and make the most fun of him. He's pretty easy to make fun of.
Clancy, he's our goofy uncle. He's the guy that we only bring out when we have to.
It's not a sport for the faint at heart, but you should still try it anyways.
Everybody has to get out and try it at least once.
I've done a lot of different things, and this is probably the best adrenaline rush that I've ever gotten. So, and if you've never played paintball before, at the very least, you got to do it once. There's no doubt about that.
Paintball excites me.